I came across this interesting article a couple of days ago and decided to post it on my WordPress page. Now, I've always referred to the Democrats as demon craps just because of the demonic agenda that they are promoting. Everything that the demon craps are doing are a part of a demonic agenda. It has nothing to do with the people or the citizens that voted them into office, but it has everything to do with Satanism. Now, they never really came out openly and told you what their true motive and agenda is, but we can now clearly see it. And now nothing is withheld from the demon craps. They're quite open to what they're about. And they're quite open about what they are against. The media and the demon craps. And those that follow, the loyal demons that follow the demon craps to do their bidding. Now, this article reads, Democrats ready to replace worship of God with the worship of the state. That's not surprising to me, because I've always referred to them as demons, demon craps. Democrats ready to replace worship of God with worship of the state. Now, they've attacked Christianity, they've attacked the churches, they've attacked the Bible, they've removed prayer from school, and they even allowed a satanic statue to be erected. They even allow satanic places of worship to be erected while bashing Christianity. Now, I won't be surprised if in the near future they start erecting a statue for people to worship, because now the minds of most Americans, the minds of the demon craps, are ready to worship the image of that beast. Many have accepted the mark of the beast. Many have already have the mind of the beast. Just look at the things that they're doing. From abortions to disarming innocent Americans, not going after the criminals or the ones that commit the crimes, but going after the ones that try to keep the law of the land. Now, I'm not going to read the entirety of this article. I'm going to put the link on the bottom and you guys can check it out for yourself. But those of you that support the demon craps, that vote for the demon craps, and it's interesting how they reversed everything. Everything is now reversed. And I told you that society, especially the millennials, are dumbed down. We can no longer say they are being dumbed down. They have been dumbed down. And now they're starting to act out naturally and automatically. Things that I grew up knowing was wrong, they're now accepting as truth, and now we've become outdated. Truth had become outdated, but truth will always prevail. That's why you can speak abortions, you can speak everything that's against our nature. Homosexuality, transgenderism, everything is accepted, everything is being promoted, everything that is considered immoral. Even when it comes to legalizing marijuana. And when they speak on that opioid epidemic, the reason why past presidents have never really done anything to help that is because it's all a part of the agenda. Keeping Americans high, keeping you out of your mind, keeping you in a state where you're dependent upon the government. And that's where the Democrats are today. And that's why they conditioned and programmed you to fight against everything that Trump does. Now, I may not agree with everything he says or everything he does, but we see results that help this country and its citizens. Things that we've never seen happen before with any previous president. But the good things that Trump do is never highlighted. It's the really small things that people don't normally pay much attention to that's being highlighted, that's being brought to the forefront, that's being played over and over and over again, conditioning your mind to believe that he is the bad guy, just like they did with black Americans. Had all black men looking like thugs and criminals and drug dealers, rapists of white women. We're going to snatch their purse. So when we were near a white woman in the elevator or just out in public, they automatically clench their purses. If we drive up at a stop sign and a white woman drive up next to us, she automatically locks her doors because of the fear that was conditioned and programmed in her mind. So the Trump supporters and Trump have become the new black. Yes, black people are still oppressed, but they're oppressed because they themselves keep them oppressed. You have a certain group of people that keep the majority oppressed by not following the trend of blackness. But like the article says, and I'm only read a small portion, and I'm going to put the link on the bottom and you guys can check it out for yourself. Democrats ready to replace worship of God with worship of the state. Now, the minds have already been conditioned because now on social media, especially YouTube, we see so many so-called witches and Satanists and people that's practicing the dark arts, that's calling upon that dark energy, and they have no idea what they're calling to themselves. They're calling damnation to their own souls. And this is not just a few people, but we're talking about a mass majority in the population here in America and abroad. We have people that their minds are so clouded and their spirits are so oppressed and ensnared that they can't see the judgment that's upon them. And we wonder why we see hurricanes that's getting worse and worse. It's easy to blame it on global warming to keep funds rolling in. But yet they have no power, no real power over the weather. But that's going off my topic. It says Democrats can't seem to figure out whether they want to use the government to drive Christianity underground or just replace the biblical version with fake Christianity. These are mutually exclusive goals. I'm going to read that again. These are mutually exclusive goals. Either one brings America closer to a secular socialist state whose unofficial religion is atheism. Democratic presidential contenders like former Vice President Joe Biden, Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren, New Jersey Senator Cory Booker, California Senator Kamala Harris, and South Bend Mayor Pete, whatever his name is, invoke Christianity to shrill for taxpayer-funded unrestricted abortion and the family values of Sodom, plus confiscation of wealth and redistribution. Note to the media, why aren't Democrats and Republicans being asked what they think of Drag Queen Story Hour? Anyone? Meanwhile, in San Francisco, the Democratic National Committee adopted a resolution on August 24th hailing the religiously unaffiliated as the largest religious group within the Democratic Party, growing from 19% in 2007 to 1 in 3 today. That's great news for those Democrats who would love to replace the worship of God with the worship of the state. And I'm going to let you read the rest of it on your own. But this is quite interesting. This is why I refer to them as Democrats. And it's sad because the millennials, the bulk of Americans, don't study. They are afraid to think for themselves to the point where now they can't think for themselves even if they wanted to, because now they're on a self-acting agenda of the Democrat Party, just acting out naturally. But yet in their own minds, they think they're doing something right. And in reality, they're destroying their own souls. So I'm going to put the link on the bottom. You guys check it out for yourself. Click on the Cash App button and donate to the channel. Click on the PayPal link and support this channel. Until next time, I'm fearless.